when anxiety fills your mind with restless, what ifs late at night, a simple Buddhist insight can show you how to gently let go and find calm. You only lose what you cling to. Buddha teaches that suffering comes not from the thoughts themselves, but from the urge to cling to them, to believe they must be chased, solved, or resisted. The way to peace is not to force your thoughts away, but to sit with them, observing without attachment. This mindful awareness helps you see thoughts for what they are, not commands, but passing visitors. First, try noticing the moment your anxious mind starts spinning stories. You might hear the familiar voice of worry. What if I can't sleep? What if I forget something? Instead of diving into these stories or fighting them, pause. Silently acknowledge, a thought is here. This simple recognition is the first step out of entanglement. You are not your thoughts, and your thoughts are not obligations you must obey. Second, anchor yourself in gentle attention to the present. Bring your focus to your breath. Feel its natural rhythm, the rise, the fall. If your mind pulls you toward anxiety again, notice it gently, then bring your awareness back to the physical sensation. This is the practice of mindfulness, watching, returning, and allowing the present to be enough. You are training your mind not to chase every what if, but to rest in what is actually here. If this speaks to you, consider subscribing. This is a quiet space for exploring mental clarity, emotional strength, and the patterns that shape our minds. Share your experience in the comments if you feel like it. Third, experiment with curiosity instead of criticism. When a worrying thought appears, ask yourself, can I watch this thought without judgment, just as I might watch clouds drift across the sky? Notice if your body tenses or your breathing changes. Instead of labeling these sensations as bad, acknowledge them as natural reactions to passing mental weather. This stance helps diffuse the power of anxious thinking. They become something you can observe, not something you have to solve. Fourth, consider gently labeling recurring anxious themes. Buddha suggests that awareness brings freedom. When you can say, worry is here or planning is happening, you separate your core self from the passing drama. This labeling stops the spiral and returns you to observing. Over time, you begin to believe less in the urgency of every thought and more in your own steady presence. Calm emerges not from controlling your mind, but from relating to it differently. Remember, thoughts are guests, not rulers. By practicing non-attachment, using breath and gentle labeling, you create space within yourself, space wide enough for calm even amidst anxiety. Tonight, if your mind races again, let yourself watch with compassion instead of wrestling for control. Your thoughts can pass on their own, like clouds in an open, steady sky.